Pray this lesson is edifying to the lambs of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem, Wakahak Wadash, and double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone who do it well and teach well, and like-minded men who are preaching in the names of Yahweh, Wa Yahushai. All right, and shalom to the house of David. Okay, which is the Bayah Shai Dawud Dawud that we say in Hebrew. And you few Aqua who were listening. All right, and we all know the temperature of what's going on in the world right now. Okay, seeing the wicked spreading their branches across, the world, attempting to, take over. Right, you see what's happening down in Venezuela. And that's just the beginning of many sorrows because these people know that they have a short time. So when you see these videos coming out of the brothers, the elders, and the prophets, know that these are the warnings before the judgment comes. Right? The scriptures identify that in the last days, the enemy will see the writing on the wall. And that's literally. Same thing happened when Daniel gave the interpretation to the Pharaoh that Babylon is up, the time is up, and his kingdom is in wanting. So the Most High is moving his finger, using the spiritual demon Satan to work, and his people, these Edomites, the devil. You see? In that interpretation, let's get book of Daniel, 5th chapter. Okay, go on down to the 25th verse. Okay, Daniel interprets handwriting on the wall, right? And now Daniel was back in these times. We don't know who he is, but we're all prophets according to the order of Melchizedek. It's not just the Levite priest anymore, pursuant to the awakening in Ezekiel, this 37th chapter, this mass awakening. Well, now we're all prophets of the Heavenly Father. And the Lord has wakened us up to give you these interpretations of these last days. And this is Daniel 5:25. And this is the writing that was written. Many tekel aparsin. This is the interpretation of the thing, mene. Yahweh has numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances, and thou art found wanting. Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Well, now the kingdom is divided, right? And it's divided between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. The two horns that's speaking, But the stout, right? It said that the beast would come out and it would come up, and this horn would be more stout than the others. That's America. And that's why NATO and the European allies that backed Denmark over Trump's threat to annex Greenland. Well, NATO, who's an ally of America, hey, they know it's game time because they ain't with all this. Because the dominance of the imperialistic Edomite capitalist is coming to naught. The days of America's kingdom is numbered. This dude running around with Elon Musk, he was running around with Ben, not a Jew, continues to run around with him. He has ties to the Mossad. Right? Remember the talking points when Donald Trump was elected as the president. He was such a businessman. But this is the wicked. And a lot of this that we're seeing, is the bidding of Satan, man. Let's play this. I'm going to play a couple clips and that I put together to show you the theater, the psyops that's going on, and how, America, Babylon, and Great likes to play on those emotions. This is all witchcraft on the left-handed side. So let me play this.
Over because, of course, we know the plan with the Club of Rome and the 10 kingdoms in the United States to merge Canada, the US, and Greenland as one union. So we saw all the ridiculous photos, but I want to talk about the predictive.
So he said the Club of Rome, right? And that's what's happening. This merge, what's going on, where you see Trump going all across the world, claiming these countries as his, as America. Well, they're all a conglomerate together. And this is going to cause that World War III. You see?
On the surface, the club's work is well intentioned. However, to its critics, the Club of Rome is much more than that. Here's where it gets crazy. Like the Bilderberg Group or the Committee of 300, the Club of Rome often crops up in conspiracy theories. The club has, for some time, predicted that a new global system will be needed to address looming worldwide problems such as pollution and resource scarcity. Specifically, statements like the following from The Limits to Growth send chills up the spine of those worried about a new world order. We are convinced that we are in the early stages of the formation of a new type of world society, which will be as different from today's as was that ushered in by the Industrial Revolution from the society of the long agrarian period that preceded it.
So, you know, the Bilderberg Group, these is a bunch of technocrats, right? Wealthy Edomites, globalists, all right, who sit in the dark as a shadow government. Okay? So, what's happening now is prophecy is coming to pass. Okay? When the Lord said that this was the hammer of the whole earth, Babylon the Great, there's a prophecy against Babylon, right? And this wasn't talking about ancient Babylon, it's talking about the Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is America. Jeremiah 50 and 20, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast driven against the Lord. See, he says, they are found, because it's wanting, which goes with what we just read, all right, in Daniel, the 5th chapter. All right? Daniel was telling them that Babylon is up, that the kingdom was up. God has numbered thy kingdom and finished it. So all these things are happening, right? So all these things are happening because we're at the end and they have to make their move. You see? So you're going to see false flags, psyops. Okay? You don't know what to believe anymore. You got AI, you got all this stuff out here. So what we're showing you is, hey, follow the spirit. Watch what's going on. Watch what I show you how this is a psyop, how this is a movie. So the creator of Call of Duty, all right, he ended up getting into a car accident, crashing and dying, allegedly, right? And they have it on video. Who created these video games? Who's actually showing you, okay, what happened in the video game that we just saw last week? Venezuela, Maduro, Call of Duty, and the United States soft power, okay? Because Maduro had called out this game for being, it says, surgically implanted in the retainers of new generations for years, right? Because they used this game as predictive programming. And I'm going to play it, and I'm also going to show you what's in a movie that was on Amazon Prime. This devil presents these things surgically. But you're not going to find this on your news channels. You're going to find this with the prophets.
Was exactly what just occurred in Venezuela. And the game was released in the year 2013, right around the time that Maduro became the leader of Venezuela, became the elected or so-called elected president. So in 2013, Call of Duty Ghost, the 10th installment of the first-person shooter game, is released. The story presented the Federation, a fictional alliance of South American countries whose capital was Caracas, as a military superpower that becomes the main enemy of the U.S. At the time, the narrative choice sparked considerable controversy in Venezuela, where the newly elected president Nicolas Maduro considered that the game was associating his country with a global military threat and symbolically positioning it as an antagonist. Clearly, the game remains relevant today due to its storyline and its connection to recent world events. In fact, Nicolas Maduro actually commented on that specific video game as well as some of the other Call of Duty games, accusing them of promoting.
So they put the kidnapping in a game in 2013 of the United States invading Venezuela specifically and capturing the president, of Venezuela. They put it in a video game, right? And is it a coincidence that it just came to pass? That it came to life? Let's show you the video game.
So here is a clip from the video game so you can see for yourself.
It was 12 years ago when the Federation's military threatened all of South America. Their leader, General Almagro, demanded all U.S.-born citizens be imprisoned or executed. It was Rourke who convinced Washington to let the ghosts solve the problem. The U.S. sent an invasion force to destroy the Federation. Rourke led us to eliminate Almagro. But Rourke became obsessed with him. He talked of the man as if he were a bounty. It was clear he would stop at nothing to claim that prize.
And again, from there, as the game continues on, you could even see some of the screenshots of them going in and attempting to capture the character who is playing the president of Venezuela in the middle of the night. So I'm sure that's a coincidence as well. Now, the other thing that happened a couple of weeks ago, which I had heard about at the time and was considering actually cover.
All right, and I think Apostle Ramla mentioned this in his video earlier. All right, it's Vince Zampella, video game developer behind Call of Duty, killed in a Ferrari crash. All right, so he created these games, and now he's dead. You see? Also, the judge that's presiding over Benjamin Netanyahu's corruption case has been found dead. All this is just a coincidence. No, this is the bidding of the elite, moving quickly towards dominance, over democracy. Making America great again is bringing back that colonial, colonizing Edomite spirit, right? Bringing that back. Like when Alexander was on his rampage. He conquered, he converted, and he controlled lands and people. That's what this devil is doing. That's what this administration is doing. Overthrowing governments by the U.S. military. So when you go into Daniel dealing with the fourth beast, all right, that ancient Roman Western Empire, it was iron. That's the military. And this man is boasting that military. Okay? They're doing the same thing. Christopher Columbus, right? Colonized. All the small hat slave owners, all the Edomites. And you Americans are nothing but second class citizens right now. You've been casted away. You see? Look at this. Show you the works of the wicked. I put this together, right? Because we saw the video game. Now we're going to show you that they put this in the show. All right? Jack Ryan, down to the T, years ago. Okay? Actually, this is the Psyop shit show that Babylon the Great, is presenting. All right, check this out. You tell me that this ain't exactly what we saw.
Definitely Russia. That's confident. I like it. Who says Russia? Anybody agree with her? Hands? Okay, great. Who else? China. Stop yelling at me, but China is a good answer. Anybody? Who else? China?
North Korea?
North Korea. Any North Korea takers? And Venezuela? Anybody? Nope. Oh, yeah. One guy in the back. A little worried about Venezuela. Everybody's cool with Venezuela? No threat? Okay. Let me ask you this. Which one of these places can claim to have the largest oil deposit on the planet? More than Saudi? More than Iran? Wow. Okay. What about things like gold? More than all the mines in Africa combined? The fact is that Venezuela is arguably the single greatest resource of oil and minerals on the planet. So, why is this country in the midst of one of the greatest humanitarian crises in modern history? Let's meet President Nicolas Reyes. After rising to power on a wave of nationalist pride,
Nicolas Reyes, right? We know Nicolas Maduro. Okay? So, come on, man. You use the first name. They changed the last name because this is political theater. But you have to draw the comparisons, right? And it should be simple for you to catch the concept of how these devils put this in, show. We just saw it put it in a game, a video game. Well, now it's in a TV series on Amazon Prime, but you got to catch it. Then you got to make it add up and make sense. And then we have to do what? We have to correlate it with the scriptures, right? Okay? This is Isaiah 14:4. It said, "Thou shalt take up a proverb against the king of Babylon and say, How hath the oppressor ceased and the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." Right? And that golden city is America. Babylon the Great, who can, manipulate the minds of the people with psyops like this that actually come to play. The Terminator series. Now you got robots actually in the military. You got the thought of robots taking over. Scientists creating all these left-handed entities, man. Okay? Now, I want you to pay attention to what's going on right here. This is heavy.
in a mere 6 years, this guy has crippled the national economy by half. He has raised the poverty rate by almost 400%. Luckily for the rest of us, he's up for re-election. So, who's running against him? This is Gloria Bonalde. Now, Gloria is a history professor turned activist. She's running against him on a social justice platform and on the strength of, in my humble opinion, just not being an asshole.
Right? Gloria, who they said would be this Maria Corina Machado character, the far-right U.S. backed Venezuelan coup leader who won the Nobel Peace Prize, promised as a massive privatization if Trump can put her in power. And Trump, they are putting her in power because she's a Zionist, man. Right? You can just look at this woman and see she's possessed. She got many, come on, you know what I'm saying? Right? This is the wicked. Listen to what her initiatives are. We want to get this oil going, natural gas. We want to bring in technology into Venezuela. We want to bring in your networks, right? Get it 5G, 6G, 7G ready. Bring these towers in, right? So we can bring what? So we can get this fifth industrial revolution going. And we get these people on this island all chipped up, man, along with the rest of the world. This is what's going on across the world right now. And see, these NATO nations, they ain't with this. And that's why it says, all right, in the book of, I'm going to let her play. I'm just flowing through the spirit. Revelation 17:16. Hey, they're gonna shoot their missiles on America when this shit kicks off, man. Revelation 17:16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, okay, the NATO, the EU, they shall hate the whore and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And that's going to be that WW3. All this is leading up to that. Right? So they went and so-called kidnapped homeboy, and they about to bring in this woman. Listen to this devil. right? She's through.
Huge, and you know that the opportunities, because we will open all upstream, middle stream, downstream to all companies, but also in mining, in gold, in infrastructure, power. We have our grid right now has a 17 gigawatt opportunity of energy potential that
She
needs to
is
be rehabbed.
possessed.
Certainly for technology and AI and tourism. You know, Venezuela has 2,800 kilometers of pristine Caribbean coastline ready to be developed. So this is going to be huge. We will bring rule of law. We will open markets. We will have security for foreign investment and a transparent, massive privatization.
And now it's restructured with technology. Okay? Babylon the Great's hands is all over this. And I went to read the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And the Spirit led me to see what, the internet would say about it. This is Habakkuk 2 and 6 broken down, okay, by, I guess, Grok. Okay? Read what this says. It says, Habakkuk 2 and 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long unto him that ladeth himself in thick clay, right? And that thick clay is that vision that Daniel saw, right? Esau is taking and increasing which is not his. Now he wants Greenland. He wants the Panama Canal, right? Well, the scriptures is saying straight up that this is madness. It says the context and meaning of this scripture. This verse addresses the theme of injustice and greed. It warns against those that accumulate wealth or possessions that do not belong to them. The phrase, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, signifies a curse or warning against those who exploit others for personal gain. Right, that warning. Woe means destruction. Right? We read in Isaiah that they're going to take a proverb against the king of Babylon, the oppressor of the golden city, right? And that will be Trump and his government. Okay? Right? And it says related themes, pride and greed. The surrounding verse discusses the pride of those who seek to enrich themselves at the expense of others. Well, shit, ain't the people of Venezuela suffering? Right? Homelessness. And you Americans, you can't pay your mortgage rates, they high. You're crying about health care, it's too high. People are destitute. Groceries, high, right? Putting $2 in your gas tank just to get to and fro. This man is the vagabond. The wicked that's in power, and people are mourning because corruption and terrorism has compassed any righteousness of this place, man. Pride and greed run America, right? But what's the divine justice? That's going to be Yahweh Shai when he comes to crash them clouds. It says this text emphasizes that such actions will not go unpunished, as God will ultimately bring justice. You see? Hey, the Lord is going to bring that justice, man. Okay? Because America, they're not going to punish these people. Okay? It's going to be pardon after pardon, but the Most High is not going to pardon the wicked. I'm going to get that too. Okay? Psalm 73 and 4, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them as about a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. This is why he takes and steals, claims this is mine, right? Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully, right? And here's the point. Psalm 73 and 12, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase with riches. That's right, they increase with riches. All right, and the Lord, let's get that. You might get a pardon, okay, from, the left-handed wicked, but you won't get a pardon from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is coming back to stomp the wine press. This is Isaiah 55 and 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, for he will have mercy upon him. The Lord's going to have mercy upon who? Jacob, but not the wicked. It says to our God, for he will abundantly pardon, so he will not pardon the wicked. Okay? Because this is what they up to. Now I want to finish this off so you can hear the play of how they came with this.
Analyst predictions, as of today, have the chances of Venezuela's total economic collapse at 87%. On the news, they'll call it a crisis. But on the world stage, they'll call it a failed state. If you've never heard that term, other examples of a failed state in recent history are Yemen, Iraq, and Syria. And if that's not bad enough news for you, well,
United States went into Yemen, Iraq, all of them.
Venezuela is also the only one of these places within 30-minute range from the U.S. of next-gen nuclear missiles. You will not hear about any of this on the news because the biggest players on the world stage do not want you to. To them, unstable governments are nothing more than the greatest of opportunities. So, Russia, China.
Unstable governments are opportunity. This is why Trump, all right, in his administration, he's using his military to overthrow and take over these countries. Denmark, all of them are against this.
The United States empire attacked Venezuela directly through bombing, through terror. I heard right next to my home detonations, bombs. My mom was scared and crying. My siblings were scared and crying. I told them to get up, get the pets, and calm down because we were going to stand up. We understood immediately what was going on. The United States empire has a history of domination towards the people of the global south. The Haiti, the recrudescence of militarization has only been getting worse day by day. The bombing in Nigeria is only getting worse and started not that long ago. The killing and genocide of people in the Congo, in Sudan, in Palestine, with the supposed armistice that has killed more than 600 Palestinian people. They have no access to anything. And now they come here, trying to take our resources, bombing us, trying to attack us directly, and taking President Nicolás Maduro and the First Lady, Cilia Flores. They're trying to recompose the geopolitical balance of the world. They have to recompose the empire that is in decadence and dying. They are the drug traffickers. They are the inhumane people. They are the ones that want to destroy the model of life. Here we believe in the communes. We believe in popular power. We have beautiful projects that help me, my family, that help everyone. Afro-Venezuelan people have never had any real, visible, such strong rights as they had with the Bolivarian.
And they showing you, these people, man, they suffering, man. They was already, all right, suffering from the sanctions that was put on them. United States, all right, has taken peace from the earth. This is Revelation 6 and 4. There went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. This is talking about the so-called white man and his military. He has a great sword which he was blessed with by Isaac, right? He lives by the sword. And the Most High had set them up to do exactly what they're doing, ruling by the hammer, okay? Right? Showing you that this is the last Edomite kingdom, okay? The Lord set these people up because they're the basis of men. This is Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is the decree of the watchers and demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whosoever he will, and setteth up over the basis of men. And the Lord set them up to do exactly what they're doing so he can bring them down. Go back to Egypt. He set up the Pharaoh. He built him up, right? He kept building him up and building him up until his astrologers, his Chaldeans, until he had to be breaking down. Until he had to be broken down, right? And America is being broken down, right? How is the city of confusion broken? This is it. This is it. And this guy is pompous, man. Listen to him speak. This is your president.
Offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States.
And see, now Trump is now threatening the president of Colombia with allegations that he's a cartel leader, that he manufactures and sells drugs. This is a YN disguised in a president's body. Okay? Matter of fact, hold up. Even AI is against this man. Yeah, this is a YN, man. Trump's a YN. Okay?
That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit. And I stole it. Like, but niggas don't understand. I talk facts. Vlad, I talk facts.
Oh, you're right.
I
Don't even deny it. That's cool.
nigga, I talk facts. What deny? What, nigga? Give me that, nigga. I don't know what to do with that.
Okay.
You know when a nigga got a girl, her shit fat? Bro, you don't know what to do with that. Give me that. Stole that shit.
You know, this AI, but that's what he did. He stole that shit, see? And right, in those pictures that we saw of Maduro, you know, earlier, okay, with this guy, Trump, hold on, let me get it. Yeah, let's look at it. Let me, you know, what is this? What's up with all the smiling and being happy? Right?
Here, but you can clearly see from the photographs that Maduro is fully in on it. He's giving thumbs up. There's no resistance. Not even resistance. He's smiling. One of the pictures with the DEA agents, the guy's got his hands in his pockets, the DEA agent. He doesn't feel threatened. He's smiling ear to ear like these two just got off a golf course together. Why is he smiling ear to ear? Because they probably did just get off a golf course together. So predictive programming with Call of Duty, no surprise, we've seen it a lot with the Call of Duty games as well as some of the other more popular video game franchises. And again, even the fact that Maduro was aware of Call of Duty, right? That he was trying to press
and
that they're setting.
This is the pictures of them together. You know, I mean, this is the pictures of this guy. Why would he have a thumbs up, man? And this man just kidnapped you and your wife. All right, killed your men, your army, broke into your home and stole you. Is this how you gonna be looking? And I know we just men, but goddamn, right? And that's why AI is mocking you people, man. Shit, wild, man. This is wild, but this is what we seeing in these last days. Okay? The beast from the north, Babylon the Great. And here's the precept to that. This is Daniel 2 and 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons, and removeth kings, and setteth up kings, and giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know and understand. Right? And we know that left-headed wisdom is leaving. It ain't working no more. Okay? Right? This is the great whore, right? That's using, manipulation, deception, right? Power, right? When you go to Revelation 16:13, which I have right here, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Okay? When you go into this here, the false prophet is the high state wizards on the left-handed side, which is the Roman Catholic Church. The military is another unclean frog, and the last would be the financial district of London. With these three, this is how the world is being controlled, right? For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world together to them that battle in the great day of God Almighty. And that's what's coming, Armageddon, man. The valley of judgment. And as I said earlier, because this man is like Debo, taking chains, patting pockets, climbing through windows, right? He wanted to be the only dealer on the block, shutting down everybody. If you don't want to play ball with Babylon, they'll put sanctions on your country. That's how the mob operates, right? He want a piece of everything. That's how a gang leader operates. They want a piece in the action. They want in. You doing something, I want in, right? What I say? He like Debo climbing through the windows. What's that? What was that? It's just Trump, man. He's a nigga. Yeah, it's Debo. They see America pull up, it's something like this.
Oh shit! Here come Debo. Give me your stuff.
Known for jacking the nigga. That's all he do. Damn.
What's up, Smoke?
Nah,
What you got on my drink?
nah.
Don't lie.
It's Babylon, man. That's America. Pull up on you, pat your pockets, right? It's ours. We taking it. The tentacles of the wicked have spread across the world, right? And they manipulating, they capturing people, they're putting psyops out, right? This is why we have to be tapped into the spirit, watching all things. But you have to have the faith and belief that the scriptures are on our side, right? So things are about to turn up. Brothers, be tapped in and keep the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai first. And with that, I give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah. Persecution is a must, but so is salvation for those who endure. Shalom.